Ruler School is brought to you by Happy Little Hug Factory and these amazing patrons. Extra special thank you to guest lecturer patrons Brody Harris and Lance Albertson. Thank you for your support. Enjoy the video. Hey there everybody, DMO73 here, bringing you the deck profile for the Quick Cast Chimimi variant that was designed by Paul Clute, and played by Tyler on Wednesday. This is a very, very fun take on Chimimi. Rather than going with the kind of Chimimi Zoo, very aggressive, it's this whole idea of the answer to Time Spinning Witch being that you just don't cast anything on your turn. It's mostly all just stuff at the end of Time Spinning Witch's turn so that they don't really get to benefit from trying to lock your stuff down. It is a very interesting take. I haven't actually played it against Time Spinning Witch very much, but it is a very cool take on Chimimi, I think, that is fun to kind of explore. So obviously Chimimi on her front, Divinity 10, Judgment for 5, Energize for green. On her backside, she's a 10-10 with all resonators you control gain +4/+4. So it can suddenly turn very small things into very, very large beat sticks, which is pretty awesome. Quickly going into the stones, we play 4 Speaker Stone, 2 Magic Stone of Adventure, and 4 Spirit Stone. Spirit Stone obviously to couple with the Forest Meditation rune. Magic Stone of Adventure because it can pump up Chimimi, so she on her backside is still a Mimi tribe, so then she can kind of get some buffs too. And then Speaker Stone obviously because we want to protect ourselves from Time Spinning Witch, Mosasaurus locks as much as possible. Going into the runes real fast, we go to 1 Whirlwind technique, just for that instant speed barrier, which is very nice for 1. Rapid Fire Me and Sandstorm couple really nicely together to do 6 damage to the board for just 1 will. Forest Meditation for that recycling, and then Elephant Rush obviously is the master rune to put those 10/10 elephant tokens onto the field. Going into the main deck, we play 4 Lowrites because we're a green deck and it's a hard counter to a lot of stuff right now, so it's super solid card. So for mono green anyway, we might as well play 4 of it. We also play 4 Lowrite 7 Disciples to couple really nicely with that, as having this kind of middle of the road body that does a lot of work and stays, if it's not answered, this card as usual becomes quickly a more and more powerful threat the longer it stays on the board. 4 Fairy of the Lost Isles, so we have this early game flyer that also is some draw power if necessary. 4 Viola to be able to give stuff flying, banish to remove stuff from the graveyard, and also again it's a quick cast resonator, and that's kind of the part that's most important about it. 2 Karura, once again because quick cast resonator can't be cancelled and has flying. So you imagine, casting this and then flipping Chimimi the next turn on your turn. Suddenly she's a 16/16 in the air with flying barrier chant, so that can put in a lot of damage very quickly. 3 Approaching the Truth for some draw power and hand sculpting. 4 Winds of Vitality to help pump through the remaining pump up damage as well as it because it's a spirit magic, it can help us recycle Lowrites. 3 Magic Boomerang because it can give flying as well, being able to deal damage or save our own resonators if they're going to get killed. 3 Scarlet's Agony to stop kind of aggression. This is also a really good answer to Ayu, and since it's playing it in the main, this deck actually has a pretty surprisingly good Ayu matchup. 4 Fair Spells because we want to have that access to those cancels. 3 Ruin Stories. This deck makes use of all 3 modes pretty well. The Sacrifice mode, the Cancel mode, and the Recursion from the Graveyard mode. Really awesome card. And then 2 Winds of Salvation just to be able to remove things from the game. So if you imagine being able to cast this against a Distortion of Time that's being cast, it doesn't go to the graveyard, so they lose access to the God Art because you're removing the card itself from the game. So there you guys have it. It is a very interesting take. Like I said, I haven't actually tested it against Time Spinning Witch, but I feel like myself, I'm known to be kind of more of a control reactive player, so I think this is kind of more what I would enjoy playing Chimimi wise, rather than just play green aggro cards like Hippo and stuff and swing in. But let me know what you guys think, which of the 2 Chimimis you think you would like the best, or if you have a third variant that you've kind of thought of, let us know how that's worked out for you. And I think Chimimi is very accessible, especially to new players. Lots of these cards are very easy to get a hold of, and a lot of them, the Chimimi structure deck itself is just very easy to get a hold of. So let me know what you guys think in the comment sections down below, and until next time, this is DMO73 signing off.